have been in software development from around 10 years now. And like on the video, I told you that I own a software development company. We have two offices here in Lahore. We have some partnerships around the world who are giving us the projects and we are working. And then we have Umar with us. He is actually the data scientist, but
Okay.
mostly he is working with me on the client acquisition, documentation. So he's very agile on all parts of the thing.
Understandable.
As Sham is our senior business developer, he brings in the clients and then we close it and then it goes towards forward. So the current process we have, um, if you want me to go into further details or you want to introduce yourself, so it will be
Okay,
a
let me introduce myself a little bit. And also, I definitely want to know your process because without knowing that, I will not be able to guide you a little bit about what BA is and what is this department, anything about that. So,
okay.
it's me, Zareen Gull, guys, and I have been working in this domain, the business analysis domain, for like almost 4 years in Pakistan industry, and also I have worked with the international clients. So I think that's a little bit about me professionally. Anything else you want to know, you can just simply ask me, shoot the questions.
You started as a BA or you is like a transition towards this role?
No, I started as a BA because I felt like this is something that I really want to do, and this is something that is resonated with me. So it was it led the path.
So which degree you did and how you think is the BA possible without doing the development or business development? I mean, actual software development and without business development, directly being a business analyst, how hard it is?
Well, I have the degree in computer sciences. I have the background in computer science, so I do have the knowledge of coding and everything, obviously. But again, I would say it depends upon your business acumen, your learning curve, your learning situation, how keen you are to learn something, even if it is a little dry, because documentation is something that is seen to be dry at times, like by if you'll hear plenty of developers, they'll be saying, okay, this is a quite dry thing, we don't want to do that or something. They'll be always complaining about that. But to me, it is exciting, and coding is dry for me. So I didn't go in that domain. I was like, no, coding is not for me. So I have to be in touch with the technical side. Yet I have to like continue my passion for writing. So technical writing and business analysis gave me that opportunity to intermingle both of these, my passion and my profession. So that's where it met, and I started with that. I was like, okay, this is something that I can definitely work on.
Excellent. Let's say it's a journey. Like first day in office in March 2015, I was alone. Then I bring one guy and slowly, I keep bringing the users, I mean the employees. And after 9 years, when I hired the 31st employee, then I realized that there is something missing.
Okay.
So how a new company in his 9 years of journey did not figure out that there is a BA thing
Okay.
and me as a CEO selling and doing some development in the beginning and then the team doing and we are delivering. How you think as a BA, we miss the BA department through whole journey and which thing push us? I think it should be a question towards us, but I want to understand how this like every day company is demanding something. So we are in a situation we don't have a solution. So honestly, I'm telling, like we bring the HR after 25th employee. Honestly, I was managing all, but then it was getting messy. I bring the so why this 30 number is breaking me down and it's pushing me towards taking some decisions or exploring and talking to the people like you. Why this number? Like I'm still curious to
Okay,
understand.
from my perspective, because I actually don't know. It's your business. You
Mm,
know it better, and you know how you dealt with the failures, with the situations, with any of the. You might have faced plenty of the situation that I cannot even fathom. So I would not comment on that. But from my perspective,
mm,
from where I'm sitting, I feel like that, because that's how our industry usually goes, the startups and everything. Because
mm,
now, for example, you started out this company 9 years ago, as you stated, right?
mm.
So you started out and you were like, okay, I want to do something on my own, I want to do something for myself, right?
Right.
You started with Fiverr or Upwork, or I don't know, whichever, to platform that you used. That's definitely your choice. So you started with that and you were like, okay, I need to get some clients, I need to get some second income or something with the
Mm,
job. You got one client, you got two clients, you got three clients. You needed to have a shadow employee. You be like, okay, I am unable to manage this thing, I have to have some shadow employee. So you hired one or two people for yourself so that you can share the burden. Slowly and steadily you started gaining more clients, because that's how a person's humans nature can, yeah, it thrives basically. That okay, we want more always. We accomplish one thing, we'll be like, okay, now this is next milestone, this is the next milestone. So you
right.
started with that, and you were like, okay, now I have 10 people's team, and your work was still getting done, because those were just like clients, and you were the developer. You were not working as a company. Maybe this is this is the idea
No,
that
but
I am having in my brain. So
exactly.
then you decided that okay, let's have the agency thing, the agency account on Upwork or whichever platform that you used, and you'll be
Yeah.
like, okay, this is going to help us
Yeah.
better. And then you followed the same workflow that you
Mm,
were using, that you were following from the start as a normal, as a singular freelancer. You've been
mm,
doing that and that and that, and then there came a time when you guys had so much work, and you obviously, a BA's work and a developer's work are different. So
mm,
when you were doing that and you were like trying to streamline things, and at that point, at some point, it hit you that okay, we need to have some person in between the client and the developer, so that the developers can simply focus on development, so that all of their energies can be preserved and can be used at the right place, and the whole this extra work can be shared. This is my
mm.
perspective again, that
No, no,
you
exactly,
thought.
exactly.
So
I think
you
you
can
speak well
confirm
out.
that this is what you thought, or what you thought exactly.
It's 100% true. The same thing you said, the words you said, it exactly I was matching with my journey. So recently there was another thing being done with us. A term hit me that called a success manager before coming towards the BA thing. So what I did is one of my project managers, I asked them to change his status to success manager. And then with just changing the term, his attitude towards the clients also changed, and the client's prospect, and perspective to that person also started changing. So
Absolutely.
I feel like this this just changing a word can really impact. Like then
Absolutely.
changed further. I said, okay, success and delivery manager. So this way clients started more engaging towards him. And the benefit that then I started getting more and more time to do more things for the company, like
Yeah.
enhancing the office, infrastructure, everything. But at some point, client expectations went so high that they were thinking that this success manager is Tausif replica. And once that success manager was not delivering as I was, it getting tougher for
Okay.
that person because clients' expectations went high.
Okay.
How that happened? Like And where that terms go and how that is different from BA.
Okay. So basically, what you just said, you answered your own question. You had a project manager.
Yeah.
You asked him to put on a different hat. For example, let's take an example for that. Are you an elder brother or someone in your family?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Okay. So, you know, at start you were just an elder brother. You had younger siblings, and
yeah.
then there comes a time when you are having the time of your life. Your father is like providing everything for you guys and everything, but there came a time in your life that your father said, okay son, you are
Mm,
my eldest son, so you have to take charge, and you have to, because I am old, I am unable to provide anymore, so you have to be the provider. Now
mm,
what you did, you put on a different hat,
mm.
a more responsible hat, and
Right.
you put that on, and suddenly you became the provider. And you, if you think about it, you will feel the change in your attitude as well. You will be more giving. You might be a little more frustrated like your father maybe at times, but
Mm,
you will change completely. You will no more be the same, young guy in the university chasing girls or something. You
mm.
will be the elder brother,
Yes.
and you
Yeah.
have to take care of your siblings. Similar is the situation here. You ask your project manager that you have to be the success
Manager.
manager, right?
Yeah.
Success
Success.
manager. So he thought, okay, I was just the project man, I was just the bridge, but now I have the success. The title has the word success in it, so I
Mm.
have to bring that on. I have to provide that. And then you added the delivery in that as well. So
Yeah.
he thought, okay, just the client retention is not my job, but to deliver the thing is also my job.
Successfully deliver the project, which was the difficult thing for us.
Absolutely. So
Mm,
that person, that project manager, turned
mm,
into a person who is managing the clients as well, and who is delivering them as well. And he started feeling like that, okay, I am doing all of that, and the clients are like, okay, this is the person, this is the point of contact, this is the person that who is managing everything, so we don't need
everything.
Tausif, you know
Yeah.
this guy can get it done. So this is, I feel like this is the whole scenario that happened.
And when the expectations did not meet, then they come back to me because things got.
Obviously, because
And
initially it started from you, obviously.
so then we sit back and then we started thinking what's the problem. So and then just 3 or 4 days back we came up this term of business analyst. And when I watched 2 hours training with my team on YouTube, then we realized no, there's another thing. Like then the wonder was the question we have towards you. Business analyst is almost everything he is doing, from requirement gathering to estimations to costing to making sure developers doing the right thing, then also the doing the delivery thing as well. Like in other words, he or she is developer, QA, business or a success manager, delivery, everything. How is it possible?
No, it is not like that. It is not like that. If you'll allow me to explain it a little bit to you,
Please.
uh, he is not the developer. He or she, whoever that person is, I'm taking the terminology as a he. And
Hmm.
if you'll allow me, I would be since we all of us are from Pakistan, and our native language is Urdu, so I think I should
ठीक है.
uh, uh,
Good.
shift to that so that we can communicate better. Perhaps I will be communicating in bilingually, so apologies for that.
No
Okay,
problem.
so the situation is that the BA, what a BA is and what it does. A developer, it's a different thing. A tester is a different thing. A BD is a different thing. As you elaborated, Ehtesham Masood, this person is your senior BD, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the responsibility of Ehtesham is to bring in the client, is to communicate with the client until the project is logged. The project is locked down. Now, in this process, BA is important. How? Let's suppose I am Tausif, you are some client.
Right.
You come to me and you be like, okay, this is the situation I want it done. For example, I want this Uber like app and I want to build it. Do you have the solution? You are a you just said that to me.
Yes.
Tosi, I'll go to Etasham. I will like, okay, or maybe Etasham is dealing with the client.
Yeah.
Etasham will like, okay, I will get it done. I will give you a proposal. Okay. Etasham will then go to the BA of the company. He will like, okay, this is the requirement. Propose a solution. The BA will create a short proposal with the key points. Okay, this is the application. It will have these features, briefly, not detailed.
Not
Okay.
right.
So, and then once the BA is done with the proposal, he will or she will give that proposal to Etasham, and Etasham will deliver it to the client. The client will see that and he will like, okay, mujhe samajh aa raha hai, this is something that I can do, and I'm okay with that. Okay, provide me with the detailed proposal. I want to lock it. Then Etasham will come back to the BA and they will like, okay, elaborate it, provide me with a detailed proposal. The BA will create a detailed proposal out of that short proposal because they created that. They will create a detailed proposal with all the features that, okay, this is the login thing. Login के अंदर ये situation आ रही है, ये वाला जो से features हैं, all of these features, this feature will have these sub features or something, everything that an app will hold, a document.
Okay.
And then the document will, that BA will provide the document to Etasham. Etasham will provide that document to the client, and client will view it, and then the stakeholder meeting will happen and the BA will be a part of it.
Right.
A silent part of it, and just like getting the questions. In case they will have questions from the client, client will provide the details. Okay, this is the part that I want in phase 1 or phase 2 or whatever the situation is, and the BA, in case, because requirement gathering, this is the requirement gathering phase, they will discuss, they will talk. BD will be the part of the meeting because they are the mediator right now.
Right.
The BA and the client will have a proper meeting. All the stakeholders of the situation will have a proper meeting. They will have the discussion. They will have, complete requirement gathering session. Then after the call, the BA will have to start working on that, on the solution. They will create a detailed SRS. Once they are done with the SRS, they will provide. Now the BD part is over.
Over. Right.
Okay.
Yes. He
Now
brings
the
in the
BD part,
client inbox.
yeah.
Then it's our job.
Absolutely.
Take
Now
it.
the BD part is over. The BA has all the detailed situation. If he requires another meeting, that okay, I have these questions, they will ask the BD that okay, arrange a meeting. Then BD will arrange a meeting and again become the mediator. And
Yes.
the client will provide all of the details and everything. SRS will be provided to the client. Once that is completely agreed upon by all the stakeholders, then and the phases are complete, then BD and the you being the CEO, you guys will sit with the BA and you will decide, okay, this is the costing and everything. I'm literally forgetting the term of that document.
SDLC.
It's something WBS something.
Okay.
Work breakdown structure. Yes, WBS.
Okay.
So then you will have that document and you will enlist the costings and everything, and you will provide that to the client that okay, this is the situation. This will happen before the SRS will be provided.
Okay.
Okay, SRS will be provided later once the client has agreed and he has logged in. Then once the client is in, then it is that it's on, I guess, project manager. The project manager will take it from there. Now in some companies, a BA and project manager are same person. In other
Hmm.
companies and bigger companies, the the correct structure, they have the project manager on a separate side and the BA on a separate side.
Right.
Okay, now it depends upon your company, your budget, your everything, how you want to deal with it. So
Perfect.
the project manager will take it from there, and the BA will create the SRS after the BS is agreed upon and everything, that is logged in. SRS will be provided, that will be agreed upon. Once the SRS is done, then the BA will start working on UX design, the
Hmm.
prototype of that.
Right.
The UX design will be created on any tool, Figma, Adobe XD, whatever a tool that your company is going to use.
Hmm.
Personally, I started with Xor RP in a company. Then another company I worked on Adobe XD, and then but currently I'm working on Figma. So it depends upon, it varies as per the companies. So UX design will be created, will be agreed upon, that will be presented to the client by project manager, and
Hmm.
they will agree on it, or if they need any changes or something, that will be communicated and everything. Once the UX design is completed, it is done,
Hmm.
then the process will go to the UI designer. They
Right.
will create the mockups, the proper design of that app. The proper design will be created, and that will be provided to the client, and the project manager will be doing all of that, because he is the
Hmm.
manager of all of this thing. Okay,
Okay.
so the design is provided to the client, he agreed upon it, okay, the design is good, the coloring is everything, and all of this thing. Then the UI designer, the I think UI developer, sorry, UI developer will come in, and he will start working on the UI and the UX, the whole development thing started, you know.
Okay.
And if your company follows the agile model, or whichever model you're using, the development works according to that. That depends upon your company, obviously. And the testing after that, the development is done. If it is in it's feature wise, if it's phase wise or something, you guys will be working on that, and you guys will be testing that. BA is not testing it. Okay,
Hmm.
the tester is testing that. BA can do one thing, BA can help out the tester in creating test cases,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
Because before getting started with the UX design, BA has already worked on SRS, and SRS also has use cases and everything in that. The UML diagrams that are very important, because
Okay.
that involves the ERD diagram that is created with the help of developers. So BA is not always working alone. BA
Hmm.
will be working with the with all of the teams. That's why in that video that you watched, you
Hmm.
thought that BAs are doing it. No, BA is helping facilitate everything. BA is doing almost everything,
Hmm.
but other people are also doing it. So
Right.
it's like, you're going hand in hand.
Hmm.
And
Right.
then after the testing is done, you have to release that. Before that, you will create the documentation of that. Now, documentation is very detailed. It includes the SRS part as well. It includes the use cases as well, which were different documents before. Now they will be encapsulated in a proper document.
Okay. The
And
business
then a user
document.
manual will be created. That will also be created by the BA.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
Meanwhile,
you note these down things. You are noting it already. We really don't want to
Yes,
miss it.
sir. Yes, sir. I'm noting each and
Okay.
everything.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
okay,
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah. Please continue.
yeah. So while the tester and developers are working on these things, on development and testing, the BA is working on the other part, the documentation part, the test case part, the use case part, the all of those things, the whole
Hmm.
documentation. Once the thing is released, the project is released, you have to provide the client with the project detailed code, with the working project, obviously, because when you release it on live, you have to provide all of these things. And then you also have to do another thing, that increase your credibility in the market, that you are providing them with the documentation, so that the developers or their trainers can view that, and they can look at that for any of the ambiguity, any of the problem that they face. And then after that, I think your video is stuck. Okay, so after that, you will be
Yeah.
providing them with a user manual as well, so that me, a layman, can come in and view the user manual.
Mhm.
Obviously, FAQ part or something, all of that, that requires the documentation as well, that requires
Right.
UX writing as well. So while that BA is designing UX design, they will also be working on the UX writing of that application. So
Mhm.
that is, this is the whole, like, a lot, a big journey, a big thing, a big part.
Mhm.
But yes, it is not just the BA that is handling it, while the management is in the hands of the project manager. The client
Okay.
coming in will stay with the BD manager. The
Okay.
documentation of everything will stay in the BA's hands. The design will stay in the designer hands. The
Mm.
development will stay in the developer's hands, and testing will stay in the tester's hand. So that every role can be justified, and you can present the client with the complete, proper delivered work that they can, be okay with, and they be like, okay, fine, this is something which is good, and we want to work again or something. And maintenance works continuously, so that is the process. Let me know if I missed anything.
No, no, no. You did great job, I would say. And I want you to take a breath. Sure. Um, so that's amazing. That's amazing. And the beautiful thing is, I think we were working the same thing, but not organized. I admit that. That's one thing. And with not right terminology. That's the other thing I would say. So that's why I think which pushed us through the process. So I think as an owner of a company, I figured out one thing. Like people start worrying about the processes, or people start worrying about the infrastructure of the company, or culture of the company. I think they don't need, because when you cover two things, one is revenue and other is people. I'm not saying profit, revenue. When revenue start increasing and people start increasing, company automatically start demanding infrastructure,
Absolutely.
processing, and execution, and the right way. So and one thing is important is the culture. So in my company, I would say our company, our culture name is silence and sport. That's the name of our culture. So if you
Okay.
ask any employee what is your culture name, or which culture you work, so they will say silence and sport. That there is a pin drop silence all day, and there is a sport factor. So that could be a gesture of sport, that could be a meeting room discussion, or a Slack or Skype message of sport. So that's the culture. The second thing you mentioned about the UX, yes, we called it mockups. We do the mockups when start the project, then do the design. And like you said, UI developer, yes, we do the front end development first and do the back end. So what actually happened? Why it forced me to message you to help us? So the thing help make this miserable us was that we were in the middle of the project. We hit back by client with new requirements,
Okay.
which we were expecting in V2. That's one thing. The second thing, we were 97% completed a project. We were about ready to deliver to client. And he said, on that day of that year, I told you that thing that is missing. And we were looking at each other's faces because we never know. And we have no option. We spent 2 more weeks. We did that. We delivered. And last Friday, it happened again. He said, I want agent login as well, along with the user one. We are in the same situation again. We spent the weekend and this week almost half of it. So these things forced us that there is something missing in the process. And then we found this word. And as soon we found, we start running behind it. And today, we created a document, we show to a new client, and we tell them that if you change anything, it will cost you extra. So here is the detailed thing. So that's the reason. So I want to explain this so you know which thing forced us to come into this meeting. Now, very openly, we need your help in these things. We need samples of these documents. We trying to create our own. We are good with header and footer. What will happen in between? We don't know. I don't want to be over smart in this. Having 30 employees does not mean you know everything. So how you can help us with the samples, SRS, initial documents, the user manual sample, or how do you suggest we can make these things formalized? Please.
Okay. So I would say samples, if you think about, there are two situations. Okay. One thing is, I can provide you samples. I can simply pick things from anywhere and I can provide you with that. Okay, I can say, okay, this is the SRS document. You will like a sheep, like you will start working on, like you'll start grazing on that field. That I'll be, I am a shepherd, and I told you that, okay, this is the
Yeah.
field you're confined in, and you will start working. On the other hand, the other thing can do, you can train people to know the basics, to learn and to understand why the situation, what the document is being created, what purpose is it serving, how else we can create it, what are the changes, what are the add-ons that we can provide in it. All of those things you can do, which will help you in a better format, in a better manner. Now, getting the samples, you are a developer yourself, you are a business owner yourself. You can simply go to Google, you know how to use Google, and you can simply get the samples for everything.
Right.
You can write on Google that, okay, what are the what are the documents that are that are required in SDLC cycle, and you will be getting all of the documents, right?
Right.
But understanding them, learning them, using them, providing them, all of that requires training, that requires learning them, that
Yeah.
requires understanding of them, you know. So now the situation is obviously just a minute. Okay, so the situation is depends upon you and your business, obviously, because you are the business owner. That
Right.
how do you want to take that, how do you want to work with that? That is that I can only suggest you that.
Perfect. No, that's the correct answer you did, like obviously. And I admit that that we have to take this responsibility more. So the thing is, um, the documents will save our life, which I think I have started realizing already. And the projects which are being pushed from 3 months to 6, almost double, that's the only way to counter the situation when you are a client and stakeholder meeting. To summarize our this meeting, I want to mention few things which I have learned this, that we were creating the small document like you mentioned. When client come into the inbox, we create an initial document which have the features and cost, and we lock the client from that. The second step of detailed document, like you mentioned, when client says yes, the SRS one, no, that was totally missing. And we were going directly into UI. Client connected with the UI person and they are fighting. Almost 1 month fighting, they get the UI ready. Then it goes to the designer. Design brings the design. Sometime what happens? The UI person completed the flow to making it over fancy. The UX person missed the details. Like, sorry, or added extra details. Like, for example, there was a chat screen and it was only a text message. And what UX person did, he added typing icon as well. That person is typing. And for that, we need a socket programming. He added a picture as well. He added a video as well, a GIF as well in the chat. So when I look at it, I said, oh, to the client, we only discuss chat, text chat. And that UX page already gone towards the client. And client expected, look, whatever you show to client, which means you are committed to do. So one burden was there as well. You are committed for one thing, designer was adding 5 things. Why? Because he was copying from somewhere else and just changing the name and colors and giving it to us. So the document will restrict that phase as well, like you said. And totally user manual and the other thing, documentation thing, no, we were never compiling the initial documents and putting it together. Even today we closed a project. I mean, we delivered it. Now we are in support free phase of 1 month, and then we will hopefully go into the paid support. But no, believe me, we just gave him the source code on Google Drive, and that's it. So these are my learnings through this journey, and we will try to improve them. Secondly, like you said, it's a trial and error, and we will also create the documents which we are already trying. And maybe someday in 1 or 2 weeks, we may need little more your time. We will share our documents with you. I think that makes sense. That we do something like a good student or good baby and show it rather than we ask the teacher to tell us what to do. And then you can surely guide us through that way.
Sure
How
thing.
that sounds.
Sounds good, I think so.
Umar, Atsham, please ask any questions you have quickly. We already have a lot of time of Zareen, man.
No. It was really good meeting with you, Miss Zareen. Like I noted each and everything, and I was really surprised with like all of your experience and stuff. It was really good. We will try, as Sir Tausif said, we will try to make a document, and we will share what we, you can say, understand from you. Then you will guide us. Okay, so this is something you guys need to improve now, and we will get back to you, inshallah.
Yeah, Atsham, you have any question?
No, I have right now any question.
Okay. So Zareen, I will be asking just informal questions, so I can stop the recording now. Okay.
Sure.